The design is really nice. The design is really cute and feel plastic baggy, you know? Fabric is not cut properly. It really feels so different, looks so different, but I think I really like this. You look at it the wrong way and lint will just get stuck on it and trapped on it. High quality, thick, smooth, soft, stretchy. This is like sewed up. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like a flat seam. Cassie Ho, otherwise known as Blogilates, just released her clothing line at Target today. By the time you're seeing this, it'll probably be a few days ago. When I told you I ran to Target, I was not exaggerating. I was actually really scared that everything would be sold out by the time I got there. For those of you who don't know, she does already have a clothing line called Popflex, and it is a little pricey. I wouldn't say it's unaffordable if you're able to afford Lululemon or want to afford Lululemon or any of those high-end workout brands, then this would be right up your alley. But Cassie does advertise on her Instagram a lot about how she puts so much care into the design of her garments and in the quality of her garments. So even though they are a little bit more costly, from the reviews online and all of the reviews on YouTube so far, they are worth the price. They are a very good quality product. But I, like many of her other viewers, just haven't pulled the trigger on buying any items from Popflex. Because of the higher price point, I do have to think a little bit more about my purchase, and at this point in my life, I just don't need more workout clothes, and frankly, I just haven't wanted to spend that much money on my workout clothes. But I have been eyeing two of her items in particular, one being the flared legging and the other being the zip cloud hoodie. And every time I finally commit to wanting to buy the leggings, the color that I want in my size is sold out, and I just happen to never catch it when it is in stock. And for the cloud hoodie, I just couldn't really justify spending $70 on a hoodie for myself at this point in my life. So those are the two reasons I personally haven't bought from Popflex. And recently, Cassie has been releasing videos or shorts or polls about what her audience thinks about creating a clothing line that is priced a little bit lower with just a little bit more of a basic design and maybe like a limited collection at a lower price point. And she actually released this video maybe like 2 weeks ago or last week, and I do have thoughts on that, which we will talk about later at the end of this video because it's really not pertinent to the review. It's just my personal thoughts on that. And her audience was split. Some people were very excited about having the possibility of seeing this clothing line in Target and being able to feel the items, try them on before committing to them, and having a lower price point would make it more accessible to them. On the flip side, some people felt that she shouldn't lower her price point because brands like Lululemon are selling items around the same price point and their audience doesn't ask them to lower the price point, and people are taking advantage of her parasocial relationship and asking her to do something that they wouldn't ask other brands to do. If this is out of your price point, so be it, save up for it, or just don't purchase from her. There was one comment in particular that really stood out to me that said by creating a lower tier clothing line at a more affordable price point, you're lowering the value of your entire brand, and that's how I felt about it. I was very cynical about this whole thing, and I wanted to see if Cassie was going to sacrifice quality to lower the price point. So I say all this to give you guys a little context on how my thoughts were going into this review. So I did pick up quite a few items to try out, and the total amount I spent on these garments was about $250. So the first item I picked up is the Peekaboo Flare Active jumpsuit, and this one actually is a Target exclusive. Some of the other items you can find similar versions on Popflex, whereas this one there's nothing similar that I could find today. And when I saw this in store, I first really loved the color of it. It's like this beautiful periwinkle shade. It also feels really like thick and high quality and just like buttery smooth. And I got this in the size medium. I actually got all of the items in a size medium. This is made of 80% polyester, 18% spandex, and 2% polypropylene, and it costs $40. So starting with the most obscure thing, I'm covering my chest. I mean, nothing's showing, but starting with the bodysuit, I did want to try this because I have like a bit of a longer torso and shorter legs, and I am pleased to announce that this bodysuit does not ride up. It is very anti-camel toe technology. The material of this whole bodysuit is really nice. It feels like really buttery smooth, really good quality, feels decently thick, and these straps are very like stretchy, which is, you know, I feel like I need to keep pulling this up because I feel like it slides down way lower than I want it to be. I don't know, I feel like if I was like working out in this, it would just slide all the way down. This is also supposed to have like a nip coverage layer, but you can definitely still see them. They're not as obvious, but you still see them. And I think it could be because this thing keeps sliding down. So if you do have a longer torso like me, I'm not sure this is for you, because even if I were to tighten the straps are just so thin and so stretchy that it really wouldn't hold up everything. Like, I feel like I have to actively pull this bodysuit up because it's like actively trying to come down. However, this is very comfortable. The length isn't too long, but this probably is like a 32-inch inseam. And I really do like the cut of the flared leggings. But yeah, as someone who doesn't usually go for bodysuits, this isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely, you know, probably not for me. My overall thoughts on this garment, I'm really surprised that this anti-camel toe technology really worked. Like, even though I felt like the top was kind of dragging down a little bit, when looking at the footage, it really doesn't look that low. But I really do like how the fabric doesn't pick up lint or like animal hair. And I really like how it flares at the bottom. I think they chose a really good material for this. Being ultra picky and looking at the details of this garment though, it's nothing that would affect the wear of the garment, but I did notice that on this pant leg right here, there are some imperfections along the seams, like how this fabric is not cut properly. And that's with me not looking too closely at these garments and just picking one up off the shelf. I wasn't inspecting every single garment and all the details on all of them and picking the ones with imperfections. This is just what I happened to notice after the fact of trying them on, and even just as I'm like holding them and showing you guys. These aren't huge deals to me, especially because it doesn't affect the wear of the garment, and loose threads happen with all clothes, but I am just pointing them out because it is kind of noticeable and it just stood out to me as I was showing you guys just now. Next up, I got the women's marshmallow full zip hooded sweatshirt in the shade steel blue, and I actually was super excited that she has this in Target, and this one costs $35. This one is made with 53% cotton and 47% recycled polyester, and I am very glad to see that it is recycled polyester. This is definitely a thinner material. When I was feeling it on the rack, I definitely wouldn't have bought it if I wasn't doing this video, but I think because the sleeves are so long and so voluminous, the fact that it's a thinner material actually is kind of nice because then it's not like too bulky. However, I do feel like the hood is so heavy, it just kind of like falls backwards, which is probably the design of it. And I might have been able to get away with a size small perhaps, because if I was just wearing it like this, it would just fall off my shoulders. I actually think I like this. I actually think I really like this. The zipper is plastic, but it does look like a high quality plastic. And the waistband comes down low, but you can always like wear it cropped, right? And the hood is very Princess Enchanted hood. Dang. I was like pretty ready to not like this, but I think I really like this. And I love the fact that like this is $35, and online I just couldn't justify paying the full price for it without feeling it first. And I bet like the full price version of this, like the one on her website, is probably a much better material, like much thicker, but this actually isn't bad. Like, It is soft on the inside. It just feels like a standard fleece, honestly. So we will see how it washes, but the design is really nice. The design is really cute. And I have mentioned in a lot of my videos that I don't like a drop shoulder seam because I feel like I need some shoulder definition. But with the design of this, the hood comes out to my shoulders and the sleeve just kind of like goes straight. And I don't know, I think this looks good. I think I really like this sweatshirt. So I actually did wash and dry this to see if it would shrink, how the material would hold up, if the fabric would become like matted down and just not as fluffy and soft anymore. And I'm pleased to say that it feels exactly the same as before I threw it in the washer and dryer. I also noticed that when I was washing, this hoodie doesn't have the strings coming out of it like her original one on Popflex does. It was actually a pleasant surprise for me because oftentimes when I'm washing clothes, like that string always gets caught on everything, gets tangled up, and it's just like a very annoying thing to me. Like, I don't personally use the strings on the hood anyway. So I'm really glad to see that she removed that for her Target line. Even though Cassie does think of all of the details, and the Popflex version with the strings do have a little stopper so the string doesn't come off and get lost in the wash. I actually just really love this sweatshirt more than I ever thought that I would. Next up, we've got the strappy cropped tank top, and it's kind of similar to the flexi crop top that she has on Popflex. And I do want to note that the items on Popflex has more and different colors compared to the Target ones. So if you already buy from Popflex and you want certain colors, like this color in particular, then these are exclusive at Target. So not only did she create a more affordable line, but she also made it specifically for Target so that her existing customers can also buy the Target collection. Again, I really love the feel of the material. It's just really buttery soft. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like ultra super soft and really nice stretch to it. Again, I love the color. And this top goes for $25, which I feel like is a really appropriate price for a crop tank top. I also love that it doesn't come with bra pads, but it does come with a little slot in case you want to insert your own bra pads into these tops. And if they were able to get rid of the bra pads to cut down on costs, totally for it. This is also made with recycled polyester, and I want to stress that because when you look online, it does just say it's made with polyester, and that was one of the things that turned me away from purchasing her full price items at Popflex, because all of these items just say polyester. If they said recycled polyester, I think I'd be more inclined to purchase from them. So if any of you have bought from Popflex, let me know if their items are actually made with recycled polyester as well. So starting with the top, just because there's not too many things to say about it. It's a, you know, nice little cami. It's a little bit cropped. It's got like medium support. It's not like too light of support. They're anti-nip, and I think it is. The design itself, I just don't think it looks the best on me. The straps come in a little bit too much because it's like a crisscross back, and I just don't think it looks good on me. Nothing to do with the actual garment, it's just personal preference. But yeah, I'm actually super sad that I don't love the way I look in this. When I look at the footage, it doesn't look that bad, but standing in front of the mirror wearing this, I just don't feel my best, and I am not in the best shape of my life right now, so buying clothes that I feel good in and look good in is really at the top of my priority right now, and that's the only reason why I wouldn't be keeping this. The next item I got was probably the one that I was most excited for, and probably the one that disappointed me the most. This is the crisscross high-rise flared leggings, and actually after wearing them and putting them on, I don't think they're that high-rise on me. They actually were more like mid-rise, and the reason why I was most disappointed with this was because looking at them off the rack, I'll insert some clips of what I saw. They were just really wrinkly. They didn't look that great. There was a lot of loose threading, and it just looked kind of not great on the display. And I noticed that the two different colors were different material. The green one felt like that butterier, softer feel to it, whereas the black pair, the one that I got, is a little bit more sleek, like a little more shiny, and just not as buttery soft. But since I wanted a black pair of leggings, I still got this pair. And online it says it's made of 82% polyester and 18% spandex, but looking at it here, it says it's made with 75% nylon and 25% spandex, which explains why the material feels so different from the rest of the collection. I don't actually know if the green pair is made with nylon or polyester at this point, but the material did feel different from each other. My biggest woes with this is the fabric. The material just feels very thin, very flimsy, and the bottom of the pant, because it's such a thin material, it doesn't look nice when it's draped over the foot with this slit at the bottom of the pant leg. It just doesn't look that great. Like, I could sew the split together and then hem it to my proper length, and the pant would probably be a lot better and a lot nicer. The pants were a little weird. Pulling them up, I feel like they're resisting like coming up. I feel like it's a little tight around the butt area. Not in the fact that like the garment is too small, but that like anti-camel toe technology that she has. I feel like the pants like actively pull down. I don't know. I don't really love the material of this pair of pants. Like, I feel like the bottom is like super thin, which it is, and it kind of like clings to your shin. It doesn't just like flow seamlessly down like the periwinkle bodysuit did. This is just like, I don't know, I feel like the material's a little too thin, and I think I was just expecting so much more from these leggings, but I'm like honestly pretty disappointed with the way these look. Like, they just look really cheap. They feel pretty good though, like they're really soft and buttery for sure, but the way the bottom of the pant like sits and drapes, it just looks really thin and like kind of cheap. So I just don't think it looks great down there. The pants do stay up. They only kind of drag my underwear down as it comes down a little bit. This waistband is like not too tight, but everything stays up. Like, it is pretty cool. It's not like digging in anywhere, which I really do appreciate. But I think you can tell, like, if you can see how much lint gets stuck on these leggings. It's just that type of material. Like, it just, I really don't like the way it sits down there, or like the way it looks down by the ankle. And perhaps it's because the seam is like open here. If it was closed, maybe it would look a little better, but I feel like if you have pets, or if you're sitting on the carpet and you got like a little lint on you, the lint would just, you know, cling right onto these. And I'm probably just being picky at this point, but every time I look down, my eyes just get drawn to the seams in these pants. Like, it's just like a very obvious stitching that kind of just makes the overall pant look kind of cheap. I don't know. I'm not sure I would recommend you guys buy these, but at the same time, like, they are really like nice feeling material once you put them on. I just don't love the way it looks down there. And these pants cost $35. Next up, I got the corset cropped bralette, and it feels just as good as the other cropped tank top. It feels like high quality, thick, smooth, soft, stretchy, sturdy, just really great feeling off the rack already. And this one cost $25, and the polyester in this is also recycled polyester. Feeling the material of this compared to the black pants just feels like so crazy, because this recycled polyester, like these colored fabrics, are just such a better material compared to the material that was used for the black flared leggings, because the stitching on this even looks better. Like, the stitching looks better because of the material. I was actually pretty excited about this bra top because it was really cute. The thing is, it's like the stitching kind of comes in down here, so it just comes in. It kind of like digs in a little bit, not in a way that's like too tight. It definitely stretches, but the way it's sewn, it's like the seams are quite tight. I don't know if it's like meant to feel like this. It like really cuts in the back here. Could be my body, could be, you know, just the way it fits on me. It actually has quite a bit of support, so I would say like medium support again. It's not bad. I think this cuts up a little too high for me comfortably, and it kind of like feels like it's in my armpits, and again, it's just the seams are like a little thicker and a little tighter around the edges for this one in particular. And I don't think I look the best in this, but again, could be me. But again, the material is like really buttery smooth, so I'm glad that she didn't sacrifice quality for a lower price point. I also just can't stop thinking about the pant bottoms. Like, I feel like if she didn't do a split seam off to the side, the bottom of the pants would just sit a little better and not be so floopy and feel plastic baggy, you know? Next up, I got the crisscross split high-rise skort, and this one, again, great material, buttery soft, thick, really high quality feeling material. And again, this one's made with the 82% recycled polyester and 18% spandex. And I just wonder why they couldn't make the flared pant out of this material, because it really feels so different, looks so different, and the skort just feels like such a better material. I have like a white sweater on, right? So rubbing this material on the sweater, nothing happens. There's no lint, like it's pet hair resistant. It just looks nice and feels nice. Whereas the flared leggings, you look at it the wrong way and lint will just get stuck on it and trapped on it. I just touched this pair of pants against my sweater and there's just so much lint stuck on this pair of pants. I don't know why they used a different fabric for those pants in particular, but I really wish they didn't. And I think if they had used the recycled polyester fabric for this flared pant, the slit on the side of the pant wouldn't even be a bad design choice. The pant leg probably would have been able to stand up on its own a little better and just wouldn't be so flimsy. This skirt just makes me feel like I put on a skating skirt again. They're shorts underneath and they do feel, again, very nice, very buttery smooth, very buttery soft, and it covers, you know, a good amount. It's a good length in the back. I really like how high this is, especially for how cropped all of the like bralettes and tops are. I definitely expected the pants to come up a little higher than they did. Yeah, I have no complaints about this. I also thought I'd feel cuter in this than I do, and I don't. Nothing to do with the skirt. It's probably just the way it sits on me and like my personal preference of clothing. It doesn't like suck in your belly or anything like that, which is also, you know, a good thing because then it doesn't dig into your waist too much. It's like a very gentle waistband, but because it's so high, it definitely stays up. The last item I got was the ballerina skort. The one on Popflex looks almost the same. I'm sure they're different materials, for $60, but this one was only $35, and it doesn't feel cheap. Like the stretchy parts of the shorts are also made with that recycled polyester, so the buttery, soft, smooth, like high quality feeling fabric, and this like frilly part is like really soft and, you know, drapey. It does feel really nice. Last but not least, I got her like famous Taylor Swift short, or like the shorts that Taylor Swift was wearing and, you know, Shein ripped off the design of. It feels really nice. I mean, it's, you know, really soft. Again, it is pretty high-waisted, just like the other skort was, with a really gentle like waistband. It feels really soft, really, you know, feels soft, buttery soft. I think I've seen this so much online and it looks so cute on so many people that I think I just expected to feel cuter in this than I do. And I just don't think the skirt is for me. There's really nothing wrong with it, and it's very functional to work out in and to like go running in. You could work out, you could do whatever you want in this and have like a little skirt. But I just don't think it's very cute on me. And I like kind of MacGyvered it to be like what we would design like a skating skirt to be. When I was getting my skirts like custom made, we would do a like circle design. So when you held up the skirt, it was like a half circle, versus this one has so much extra fabric. When you hold it up, this part is still like very flat. And if it was like a little shorter and like had that design, I think I would like it more. But I think that's just personal preference from growing up wearing skating skirts and like having this compared to that versus this just being a regular skirt for what it is. Like I said, there's really nothing wrong with this. It's just not for me. As I was looking at the skirt, I was looking at the shorts, and this is like sewed up. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like a flat seam, and I think it's just, you know, this part of the fabric got tucked up in here. So it would be a really easy fix to just cut this seam. The only thing is I think I just expected this to look cuter on me than it did. I feel like it just was a little frumpy on me. Yeah, it was a little sad for me personally. But again, it has nothing to do with the skirt itself. It's just personal preference on not liking how it looks on me. So that's all I got from the Blogilates line at Target, and those were my final thoughts. Just overall, just very disappointed that the leggings were not the same material as the rest of the items, because the rest of the items, that material is just so nice and so high quality at such a good price point. I really wish that these leggings were made of the same materials, especially because I've been eyeing them for so long on the Popflex website, that it would have been really great great to be able to get the budget version at Target. However, I guess this just means that I need to wait for the Popflex version to come back in stock, and I just have to get those. Overall, I'm really glad that Cassie was able to create a more affordable line of her clothing without sacrificing the quality, and it does make me curious how much better her Popflex items are now, because these items at Target, even at a lower price point, are still pretty good quality. And I also like how she created a special line specifically for Target, so her Popflex customers can also buy from her Target collection and not feel like the items that they bought from Popflex were overpriced or that they were overcharged for them. So I think by doing a Target collection specifically was a smart move. However, the way she advertised it and asked her audience for their opinions about potentially starting a more affordable line when this was already well into the works and about to be launched was not a move that I would have done from a marketing perspective, but I guess it did build up hype and it did open up the conversation for people to ask for this to be put into Target. But it also seems like a little bit manipulative, because it's it doesn't really matter what the audience says because this is already being done. And I think she could have just avoided that whole situation by just not asking the audience and just announcing the launch. But that's why she is the successful content creator and business owner. Overall though, I think Cassie did a great job with this collection, and it actually makes me want to purchase from Popflex now, because I trust that her quality in those items would be even better. And the fact that I saw that these items were made with recycled polyester makes me really excited to see whether her Popflex items were also made of recycled polyester. Well, anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you guys ended up trying any of her products and what your overall thoughts are, whether it's Popflex or her Target collection. And I will have all of the items that I talked about today linked in the description box down below. They are affiliate links, meaning if you do end up making a purchase from them, then I will get a commission, but they will cost no extra to you. Anyway, I hope you all have a very happy and safe New Year's, and I will see you soon. Bye!